Hello everyone, MajinBird here, and today let's talk about the upcoming sensation that is Dragon Ball Daima, or at least the excitement surrounding it. As we eagerly await the release of this potential groundbreaking series, let's engage in some good old-fashioned speculation. Now, in the vast universe of Dragon Ball, one thing's for sure, change is inevitable. Even with the new saga, we're introduced to fresh new challenges, unforeseen foes, and jaw-dropping power-ups. And with Dragon Ball Daima on the horizon, who's to say what surprises await us? So let's get down to business. Goku in his Super Saiyan Blue form. We've seen our favorite Saiyan push himself to unimaginable heights time and time again, but there could be a twist in store for him this time around. What if, just what if, Goku finds himself unable to access his godly transformation? Think about it. The Dragon Ball universe is ripe with untapped potential and unexplored territories. What if Goku's journey in Dragon Ball Daima leads him down a path where traditional power-ups no longer suffice? Maybe there's a new energy source waiting to be discovered, or perhaps Goku's focus shifts to mastering his base form like never before. Or my theory, which is a bit different than what I've said so far, which I think has a pretty high chance of being the case, but more on that later. Firstly, let's talk a little bit about Dragon Ball Daima and my opinion on it. At first glance it seems pretty clean. I like the curvy art style. It's somewhat similar to the OG Dragon Ball compared to the rigid-edged drawings of nowadays Dragon Ball series. I heard it's just a 15-episode series. If that's true, the budget might not be stretched too much, which would give us quality animation per episode. Some people were disappointed of it because it felt like it's GT all over again. Though that may be right, I think it won't be a GT thing because Toriyama's involvement is much closer than that of GT's. I think GT failed where Dragon Ball usually succeeds, depending on how much Toriyama is involved in the process of production. Ironically, Super Saiyan 4, which has most people's praise in GT, is also a production of Akira Toriyama. If you assess things with logic, all series are at its peak when the original creator is always involved. A series doesn't feel the same anymore when the author is no longer a part of the world he built. It somehow deviates from itself and feels somewhat different. It doesn't feel like it's the same series when the original writer is no longer associated with it. This happens from Naruto to Boruto, Berserk, Game of Thrones, and etc. Whenever the original writer is no longer involved, the series somehow fails to deliver. It doesn't feel original, and something is lacking. If you're really going to think about it, only the original author has the imagination to bring his concept to life. As the saying goes, they may copy or imitate you, but they will never be able to copy the recipe that you have. It's also been proven over and over again that when Akira Toriyama is involved in Dragon Ball in the background, Dragon Ball soars high. This Daima also feels the same. It's somehow a breath of fresh air to the insane toxic power level contest of the show. And somehow it feels like a let's get back to the basics sort of thing. For its 40th anniversary celebration, I think it's best fitting to resimulate the OG Dragon Ball with the same art style, curvy combined with the new animation of today's generation. The adventure that makes the series like the original Dragon Ball. Now, back to the theory. Throughout the Dragon Ball series, Goku has consistently pushed the boundaries of his power, constantly seeking new challenges and transformations to overcome. However, he faces increasingly formidable opponents and explores the vast expanse of the universe. It's plausible to consider that the traditional power-ups may not always be the answer to the trials. Goku has reached incredible levels of power through transformations like Super Saiyan Blue and Ultra Instinct. However, as seen in Dragon Ball Super, these forms come with their limitations and drawbacks. Continuous reliance on these power-ups could lead to diminishing returns, and their effectiveness wanes over time. This could prompt Goku to seek alternative methods of strength enhancement. With each saga, Goku encounters adversaries who surpass the ones before them in terms of strength and abilities. Take the Gods of Destruction and even foes from other universes in the Tournament of Power arc, for example. If Goku's opponent continues to evolve and adapt, he may find that his usual power-ups are no longer sufficient to secure victory. Mastery of base form. Throughout Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, there's been emphasis on the importance of mastering one's base form. Characters like Whis and even Goku himself have hinted at the potential within the base form that remains untapped. Perhaps Goku's journey in Dragon Ball Daima could focus on honing his fundamental abilities rather than relying on external transformations. Uncharted energy sources. The Dragon Ball universe is vast and full of mysteries. We've seen various energy sources and techniques introduced through the series, from Ki to Godly Ki, Energy, and beyond. It's entirely plausible that these are undiscovered energy sources waiting to be tapped into. Goku may need to explore new avenues of power that go beyond the traditional Super Saiyan transformation. Narrative innovation. Dragon Ball has always been known for its innovative storytelling and willingness to challenge conventions. Introducing a storyline where Goku must find external ways to gain strength could add to his character development and keep the series fresh and exciting for fans. Overall, while Goku's traditional power-ups have served him well in the past, the ever-evolving nature of the Dragon Ball universe opens up endless possibilities for new challenges and sources of power. So in Dragon Ball Daima, we may very well see Goku embarking on a journey where he must adapt and evolve in ways we've never seen before. And this makes a lot of sense to me. Or maybe Goku won't be able to use his god powers at all, and not by choice but because he literally can't do it. Consider this, fellow Dragon Ball enthusiasts. Throughout the series, we witness Goku's incredible ability to adapt and overcome virtually any obstacle. But what if, in Dragon Ball Daima, he encounters a challenge unlike anything he's faced before? What if his inability to access his godly power stems from not a lack of willpower or skill, but from a fundamental limitation of his new body or circumstances? Let's dive into the lore of Dragon Ball GT for a moment. Dragon Ball Daima's alleged counterpart. In that series, Goku struggled to adapt to his younger body, which hindered his ability to access certain forms and techniques, such as instant transmission. Super Saiyan 3, for instance, proved to be particularly taxing on his body, requiring him to reacquire his tail just to achieve it fully. This establishes a precedent for Goku facing difficulties with his transformations based on the state of his body. Now let's apply this concept to Dragon Ball Daima. What if Goku finds himself in a similar predicament but with even greater stakes? Picture this. Due to some cosmic event or unforeseen circumstance, Goku's body undergoes a transformation that renders him unable to use his godly powers. Perhaps the very essence of his being is incompatible with the divine energy for the Super Saiyan Blue or other god forms. This theory opens up a myriad of possibilities for the storyline of Dragon Ball Daima. Goku, stripped of his godly abilities, must embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth, seeking alternative paths of strength to victory. He may need to rely on his base form, honing his martial arts skills to unprecedented levels, or perhaps to explore new avenues of power previously untapped in the Dragon Ball universe. Furthermore, we've seen instances in Dragon Ball where taking on a new form or body can have unforeseen consequences on one's abilities. Take Captain Ginju's inability to fully utilize Kaioken after swapping bodies with Goku, for instance, or Zamasu's initial struggles with accessing the Super Saiyan forms after inhabiting Goku's body. These examples highlight the inherent risks and challenges associated with the drastic transformations. So in Dragon Ball Daima, Goku's inability to access his god powers could serve as a catalyst for a profound character development and narrative innovation. It will force him to confront his limitations head on, pushing him to evolve in ways we've never seen before. But hey, that's just my take on it, folks. What do you think? Could Goku's inability to access his god powers in Dragon Ball Daima be a result of his new body or circumstances beyond his control? Or maybe we'll see a little Super Saiyan Blue Goku? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Oh, you're still there. Well,
hello there.
If you're still watching at this point in the video, it's for two possible reasons. Either A, you're a die-hard MajinBird fan, or B, you're the type of person who likes to see things through to the end. Either way, you're my type of viewer, those I feel I can truly connect with. That said, let me tell you how things go down over here on MajinBird. I love Dragon Ball, so you see me making all kind of Dragon Ball content on this channel. This can range from what-if theories, explanations, and my personal takes. These different topics are sorted by thumbnail or title. If the video says what if, then that's what it is. Look for a thumbnail that looks like fan art. What Ifs will mainly be uploaded to the Patreon. There you'll find all kinds of what if theories very soon. I usually post episode 1 on the channel, but the continuation will be on Patreon. If the video title asks a question, it's usually a take of mine, me giving an opinion about a specific topic or idea. In videos with thumbnails like this, white border, or explanation videos, look there to learn something new or revisit older topics you enjoy hearing. Make sense so far? The last thing I want to tell you guys is about the official Discord, Dragon Ball HQ. Here, I'd like to build a wholesome community of Dragon Ball fans where we can discuss the miracle that is Dragon Ball. See you there.